right now it's a lying season. Anytime you get close to any type of free agency, any type of draft stock or combine, anything like that, everyone's lying, right? But there are certain truths out there that just can't be ignored. One truth that can't be ignored is the Russell Wilson experiment in Denver was terrible. Didn't work out. Didn't work out for Russell. Didn't work out for the Broncos. Didn't work out for Paul Hackett. It didn't work out for anybody. Okay. And Sean Payton goes in there, sees, okay, what's going to happen? What can I get out of Russell Wilson? And for his credit and Russell Wilson's credit, he did play much better last season than he did the season before. 26 touchdowns, I believe it was 8 interceptions. I think it's like a top 5 touchdown to interception ratio in the league when he was playing. So didn't have a bad season. But there's the other stuff too. So Jeremy Fowler, in ESPN, Jeremy Fowler said that the Raiders would be the best fit for Russell Wilson. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but you can't ignore the fact that Russell Wilson definitely is somebody that would be on the radar of a lot of teams out there. There's quite a few teams out there. There's, Tampa Bay, who seems to be pretty locked in with Baker, but there's them. There's Minnesota, who knows what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins. A lot of the draft and needy teams who are looking to draft a bunch of players. Who knows, man? It's up in the air right now, and the main reason for that is this is the big shoe to drop right now, the Russell shoe. So here's the thing: if you're a team out there and you strike out and you don't get Kirk Cousins in free agency, you don't get Baker Mayfield in free agency, Russell Wilson as a stopgap, let's say, for example, you're the Falcons, okay? And you trade up in the draft, you're able to trade up and get one of the quarterbacks that you really like. Why not bring in Russell Wilson to compete and play a year for really cheap, because he's getting paid by Denver no matter what. So you pay Russell really cheap. You're able to have him in the building. You're able to steady the ship and have the rookie tune up and get and learn underneath. And then next year, when you can let Russell go and maybe he becomes something really good, maybe he shows that he can't play anymore. Who knows? But for right now, he's not a bad third option after Cousins and after Baker. If you're in this scenario, it just so happens the Raiders are in this scenario. So Jeremy Fowler said said this about the Raiders and Russell Wilson. He said, "This is honestly a good fit. The Raiders will explore ways to trade up for a quarterback in the draft. Coach Antonio Pierce has an affinity for Jaden Daniels from their Arizona State days, but moving up from 13 into the top 3 is an arduous task. The Raiders have not been linked to the Cousins or Mayfield free agencies. It is perhaps notable that Wilson listed Las Vegas as one of his 4 preferred destinations amid talk of a trade from Seattle in 2021. He would relish the chance to play with Davante Adams too." Well, honestly, who wouldn't? So that's a big draw, right? And it does make a lot of sense when you take a step back and you look at what you're getting with the last time he played, what did he look like, what it's going to cost you. Let's say Russell signs up. We sign Russell Wilson for whatever reason, right? We say, look, we're gonna get Russell as the vet, like RJ says. We got the vet, we got AOC as the incumbent, and then we draft a rookie. Okay, so now we just let AOC and the rook and Russell go at it to see who's going to start. And if the rookie ends up shining a little bit later, we put him in. If not, he could sit a year and we can go ahead and just groom him to be the player that he can. Because ultimately, you don't want to put in a player too early. You saw what happened with Bryce Young. You saw what happened with Anthony Richardson. They just can't protect. If they don't understand protection, they don't understand blitzes, they don't understand that stuff, they're not going to be able to protect themselves. And you're just wasting a pick by getting them hurt.